Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, what's up? My name is Jenny Sapon, and on my channel I do a lot of reviews, how-tos, and makeup tutorials. So if you love all of those, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. In today's video I will be doing a first impressions on the Turn Up the Base Beauty Blur Balm by One Size. If you're curious to see how well the Beauty Blur Balm works and how I achieved this look using this product, just keep on watching. I already prepped and primed my face. I used the One Size Secure the Blur Primer. I love this thing. It really does hold and locks my makeup down and kind of hydrates it as well. I do have dry skin, just to let you know if you're new around here. I do have dry skin, so yeah, I feel like this does a really good job holding down my makeup. Anyways, so enough about the primer. Let's go ahead and talk about the star of today's video. It is the One Size Turn Up the Base BBB cream. This is what the little component looks like. I think it's super cute. It lets you see what your shade looks like here. I'm gonna go ahead and read what it claims to do before we get started. So on Sephora's website, this says it is a revolutionary, one-of-a-kind blurring beauty balm that improves the appearance of skin texture and all-day hydration and comfortable all-day wear. It is a medium coverage. It is a triple threat against texture. This versatile 3-in-1 is powered by skincare to blur skin texture, absorb oil, and boost hydration. The buildable formula maximizes blur with a breathable, undetectable second skin finish. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's like winter time. I have been having a hard time getting up and just doing my regular routine, so I have been loving anything that is like a quick coverage that will give my skin a very blurring effect, skin-like, and just even texture. Since this video is more of like a first impressions, I will do like the light to medium coverage off camera, and maybe I will leave it in the comment section below, or maybe update my description box and let you guys know how I feel about it, or just make sure you follow me on all my social medias, just because I do update everyone there as well. It's more real time versus like a YouTube video. So if you're not following me on my social medias, make sure you do. But today we're gonna test out to see if it's like actually medium coverage or medium to full. And it's saying that for a medium coverage, you're going to use a brush, squeeze a dime-sized amount to a brush and apply evenly. And for a full coverage, then what you use a beauty sponge, which is usually the opposite in most products, but this is a beauty balm. So I'm really curious to test it out, and I'm really excited. So this side I'm going to be using a sponge, and then this side I'll be using a brush. So let's get started. So I'm in the shade medium 3, and like the weird thing is that it was like kind of hard to like shade match and find my right shade. I had to like actually guess, and luckily it happened to be the right shade for me, just because in the powder, Turn Up the Base powder, I'm the shade medium 4G, and when I used the app to like try to find my shade, they couldn't figure out what my shade was. So I find that kind of weird, but whatever, we're gonna move on. So this is what the little packaging looks like. Look how cute this is. Like, it pops up. Isn't that amazing? Like, I love it. Like, instead of having to twist it or whatever, I think it's super cute, very innovative already. But let's get started. So I'm gonna pump at least a dime size ish amount on the back of my hands, and then I'm going to be using my e.l.f. sponge, and I'm going to dab this on. It almost smells like vanilla. I hope that this smell, or I hope this scent doesn't really break me out, But let me zoom you in just a little bit so you can kind of see what it looks like. I feel like it's okay. The coverage is so far so good. I'm not sure if my sponge is a little too dry, but you can still kind of see a little bit of redness peeking through. So it's okay so far. I was expecting a little more coverage because when I tried this on in the store with a little sponge, it gave such a really nice coverage, but I don't know why all of a sudden it's not looking right. And I used their primer, so you would think that all of their products would work well together, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna add a little bit more just because I want to see how well I can build this, just because this is not medium coverage. Like, this is very light coverage for me. Especially just because you can still see my skin, a little bit of texture peeking through. I'm not the biggest fan, and I don't really consider that full to medium coverage or medium to full coverage. Okay, so this definitely looks a lot better. You can tell this side has product on and this side doesn't. I definitely like it with 2 pumps. It definitely gives me a better coverage, but I don't know if it's because I didn't prep my skin well enough. I didn't add enough moisturizer, just because, like I said, I do have dry skin, and this product is like a oil absorbing product, but then again, it's also like hydrating, so I'm not sure. But if you can see, like, there's a little bit of texture. I'm kind of breaking out. It's not really smoothing or blurring it out as much as I would like it to be, but so far it's okay. So let's move on to this side, which I'll be using a brush, and I'll be using the Morphe M6 brush. Yeah, it definitely has a very sweet smell to it. I personally like the coverage with the brush side already. It looks so much better, and I feel like the coverage is a lot better with just 1 pump. I'm gonna say it right now, if you do have dry skin, you're definitely gonna want to prep it a lot better than how I did today, because it's kind of clinging on to like my skin, and you can see like the dry areas, and that's just definitely not cute. So make sure that you definitely prep your skin. I mean, I haven't been drinking as much water as I should. I didn't apply enough moisturizer just because it is kind of late at night, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna put it on real quick and I'm gonna take it off. But I regret that, because like, you can kind of see it clinging on to dry patches. So yeah, make sure you definitely prep your skin a little better. I'm just gonna see how well it builds up. I'm really curious, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. And I'm just gonna build it up. Like, besides me not prepping my skin well enough, it looks really good. It looks like my skin, but better. Okay, so I'm gonna be contouring my face with the Makeup by Mario contour stick in the shade medium. So far, so good. This contour stick blended in perfectly fine without moving anything. So I'm very happy about that, just because this is one of my favorite contour sticks, and you know, but if my favorite products don't blend in with like new products, I just won't reach for it again. So now on to concealer. I'll be using the One Size concealer in the shade medium 4NG. I love this concealer, you guys. It's honestly been like my go-to ever since it came out. I'm like obsessed with it. I don't know what product they used with this sponge. I just love it so much. It is so soft. It blends out my product so good. I'm just obsessed. You can kind of see the concealer seeping into my fine lines. The camera's not picking it up as much, but there's a lot of texture in this area, and I can't tell if that's just because my skin is just not prepped well, and so it's just having a tough time. But everything did blend out just fine. As you can see that I was blending it out, but it doesn't look as smooth or seamless in this area, so kind of sad about that. But it looks pretty good though, besides it settling into my fine lines, and it blended out just fine. So it could be a combination of me being dehydrated, me not prepping it well, but pretty good. It blended out pretty good so far. Nothing caked, nothing really like creased or rubbing it off. It really blended in really good. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let me finish up the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. So this is the completed makeup look, and I'm ready to run down some pros and cons with my first impressions on the One Size BBB Turn Up the Base. Keep in mind that this is my first impression, so a few of my opinions now may change within a couple of days, just because I'm going to continue wearing it. I'm going to continue to test it out and really kind of see how this product really performs before I, you know, say yes or no. Like I said, make sure you're following me on all my social media so you can keep up to date with my thoughts on this beauty blurring balm. Let's go with cons first, just because I only have like a few things to say. First thing though, this product does claim to be giving like a all-day hydrating wear, and I've only had this for like 20 minutes and like my skin feels dry, and I'm not sure if that's because this product is like oil absorbing, and so maybe it's more for someone who has like normal to combo skin. But I do have dry skin, and like I said, I didn't prep it well, and like I was hoping maybe this with the hydrating product it would help me be a little more hydrated, but I'm not. So I kind of feel a little bit of itchiness going on here, and my skin does feel a little tight, but I can't tell if that's because I'm just dehydrating and didn't prep my skin well enough. The other con is that on the Sephora's website, it said that for you to get a medium to full coverage, you want to use a sponge, but a medium coverage, you want to use a brush, which was kind of weird just because I personally like the side with the brush a lot more than the sponge. I feel like with the sponge, I was wasting more product. I was constantly adding and dabbing more. Like you saw previously, I was using more product on this side than I did with the brush, and with the brush I felt like I had better coverage and I used less products. With this product retailing for $33, and with this size, I definitely do not want to be using a lot of product because I don't want it to go to waste. So those are the only two cons that I have with this. So for my pros, it is actually a very good beauty blur balm. I feel like when I first tried this on in the stores and I used a very light coverage, it just kind of like blurred any imperfections I may have had, and just it looked so good. Like we kind of tapped in with my fingers as well, and it was like my skin but better, and I loved that. Despite the website saying that the sponge would give you better coverage. I love the coverage of what the brush gave me. It just gave me such a good coverage. Like, I would be comfortable just going out wearing this, like going out to dinner or something like that, just because when I go out to dinner or just meeting up with a friend, I prefer to add a little more product than just like a light to medium. I prefer wearing like a medium to full coverage. And I do love how convenient it is, and I love how you can just pop it and you can just use it, and it's travel friendly. So I love that. So for right now, my first impressions, I would definitely say this product is 7.5, 8 out of 10. I definitely like this a lot more than I already like the Charlotte Tilbury one. I know this isn't about the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I personally really like it a lot more. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you'll be trying out the new One Size Turn Up the Base Beauty Blur Balm, or comment down below what you would like me to try next. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye guys.